Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to Aurora Park. Yes, finally another... okay, roller coaster going by. But yes, another update video for you guys here, and I know it's been a long time, and in case you aren't aware, over on my Twitch channel, I've been doing a 30 days of streaming challenge, and by the time you watch this video, it'll actually be over. But the time I would normally spend kind of recording these videos for you guys here on YouTube, I'm spending streaming. So, you know, like I get home from work and I let just the sound of the roller coaster going by. And like everybody's screaming. But anyway, you know, I'd get home from work during the week and, you know, I'd record an episode, edit it, upload it for you guys. Well, that time has been spent streaming over on my Twitch channel, which, by the way, if you haven't been following me over on Twitch, you really should, because I do a lot of Planet Coaster streaming there. But yeah, so here we are, we're back in Aurora Park, and yes, this is the Starship arcade. And if you watched the last video, you may remember we had Apex Hall, which is this beautiful sci-fi looking building. And if you go inside, you know, there's just some shops, some restrooms, and then, oh, perfect timing, the monorail goes by, loosely inspired by, what is it called, the Contemporary Hotel or whatever in Disney. But anyway, so yes, underneath we have an arcade, and of course it's an underground arcade. And I thought, you know, what perfect place to do an arcade than in a sci-fi park. And so my inspiration here was sort of the sci-fi, or sort of the arcades from the 80s and 90s, which had a very neon, you know, almost sci-fi vibe to them. So I thought this lent itself for that perfectly. And so as you can see, we have a little prize counter, and we have some items here which are actually from the workshop. They are items that people have made with the Theme Maker's Toolkit. So I highly recommend giving those a look. There's like a Planet Coaster board game, King Coaster plushie, and some Planet Coaster mugs. So I figure, you know, if you're in an arcade, you know, you need a prize counter to come and change in your tickets for prizes, right? And so here is our arcade, and I had to go with the crazy kind of neon floor design that you would see in arcades back then during the 80s and 90s. And also all of these arcade items are from the Theme Maker's Toolkit, and they are on the workshop as well. So you can definitely go check those out. But I tried to make it sort of as compact and just crammed full of arcade cabinets. And I think it turned out really well. It looks like, to me, it looks like an arcade, right? And then the other half of this arcade is like the little food court area. And again, I did another sort of, you know, kind of crazy design with the flooring there. And so, you know, you're gonna play some arcades, you get some pizza, you got some gulpy soda, and yeah, a little hat's fantastic for you too. So, you know, come down, get yourself a hat, a snack, and play some video games. And it actually looks even better at nighttime. Let's turn it to nighttime, shall we? Because you really just get the full kind of scale and like just the lighting, especially over here. Like, look at that. Tell me that doesn't look super cool. I think that looks amazing. So yeah, this is the Starship Arcade, which not the most original name, but if you've watched my videos enough, you know that I not very good at naming things. I usually kind of leave it up to you guys to give me some names. But yeah, I'm super happy with this. I think it turned out really cool, and you know, you can't have a theme park without an arcade, am I right? Right. So there you go, the Starship Arcade. And it's looking mighty fine. And yes, this is just a regular path pieces that I built on the grid, and then you know, use some trickery and, you know, random pieces to create the lighting, and sort of supposed to look like almost like black lighting. You know, arcades back then, they had these really kind of crazy neon like carpeting and designs on floors and ceilings, and they use black light to give it that sort of crazy neon look. So that's what this is supposed to mimic here. And then if we come out, you'll also notice there's been some updates out here as well. What is this? So, as you may know, I've been kind of in a slump with, you know, what I want to do with this little area in the middle here. Well, I've made some progress. I did an outline of a building here, which is, I think it'll be cool. The coaster will kind of pass through this building here, go around like that. I also turned this little bit into a restaurant, so yet, you know, just another reason to kind of draw people down in this area. I kind of left this here. I'm not quite sure what I want to build here, but it'll be something cool. We'll figure out something there. But then we do have a complete building over here, and this is the Hyper Jump, which came. This ride is from the Magnificent Rides DLC, and I thought, you know, it'd be a cool fit, and also just something else cool from that DLC to include in the park. But yeah, so this area is this area as a whole is sort of going to almost have like a cyberpunk-ish kind of feel to it, and so that's kind of what I'm going here, sort of like a cyberpunk cityscape, I guess. And so this is kind of the first little bit here. Go inside, and then you have the queue just kind of wraps around on the inside. Not a lot of detailing in here, but I didn't really feel like it needed it. I kind of thought the minimalistic kind of design worked really well. But then over here, so we look up, and the inside of this, we have some like cables and everything. And these are signs right here, these purple bars. So at night, it'll give it that really cool kind of sci-fi neon glow. And if we look at it again out here, so if we kind of look down, I think it's a pretty cool shot. Oh, and look at them drop down. But yeah, that's Hyper Jump. And I think we should look at this area so far outside at nighttime. So it kind of, you know, you get that sort of cyberpunkish feel more at nighttime just because of all the lighting. And I think once we finally do get it all built up, it's gonna look super cool. And I'm pretty excited about it. These are over here just for, they're kind of in the way. I was just moving them out of the way. They're not gonna stay there. But this area is gonna extend from this middle section, and then we're also gonna do some stuff over here. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where we're at here in Aurora Park. You know, not a crazy amount has been done, but you know, we got two things done. We got an arcade over here, and we got a hyper jump, which I think is pretty cool. So that's Aurora Park. I still do. I love this. I love this park. I know I've been slacking on it, and I feel super bad about that, but I think now that I sort of have a clear vision for what I want to do with this middle section, and now that I completed my 30 days of streaming challenge, I should be able to kind of get back into this a little bit more frequently. So, I mean, that's pretty much it with this update on Aurora Park. Like I said, still have a lot to do, but we got 2 new things done, and I think I'm pretty happy with those. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.